The volleyball team opened the 2015 season last weekend by going 2-1 at the Hotel Red Invitational at the Fieldhouse. This weekend, the Badgers travel to Louisville, Kentucky for the Big Ten ACC Challenge. UW faces North Carolina on Friday at 3:30 p.m. and Louisville on Saturday at 6 p.m. Head coach Kelly Sheffield is here. We'll have some opening comments, then take questions.
Thanks, Brian. First weekend under our belt, we got to learn quite a bit about where we're at and the things that we've got to get better at. A lot of new kids got their first taste of Badger volleyball, and I thought we got stronger as the weekend went along, which was something we've been stressing a lot with our kids. This coming weekend, we've got a heck of a challenge with a North Carolina team that's one of the top programs in the country, and then Louisville, who we are expecting to be another elite team. So we're going to watch some film this afternoon, and then get back to the practice gym shortly afterwards.
Dennis?
I've seen that Lauren's gone through the 2-a-day practices and then 3 matches in 2 days. The strength of her ankle and all of that, any sign of anything proving that she's healthy? What's the status?
I think she's doing well. It's just health. You know, she's a little tired coming out of the weekend, but so is everybody. But no, ankle's doing great, legs doing fine. Just trying to build the connections with the new hitters.
Brian?
Kelly, traditionally, how strong is the ACC, maybe in comparison to the Big Ten?
Might be the most improving conference in the country. I mean, they've always had some teams that were pretty good. You know, they've always had 2, 3 teams that were out in the top 25. The past couple of years, they've had 2 or 3 teams right around that top 10, top 15 teams that are legitimate, Final Four caliber teams. North Carolina being one of them. Florida State another one. Duke's been kind of right up there. It's an improving conference. Some of the conference landscape has changed a little bit. That's probably made them a little bit stronger. I think they've also invested a lot more as a league in this sport, and it's really paying dividends.
Nobody likes to lose, obviously, but after the run that you've had the last couple of years, to drop that game to Western Kentucky, was that a wake-up call for this year's squad to kind of remind them that nothing's given?
Well, I don't think it was necessarily a wake-up call. We're learning how hard you've got to play to be an elite team, and it's like I told him afterwards. It's kind of that's what we've. There wasn't a loss that necessarily just happened on that day. That loss happened over the previous 2 weeks. We're learning how hard you've got to be able to go every single point. We're learning that. We're learning how to communicate at a level that is effective and make your teammates better. We gave up a lot of uncertainty points, where we weren't sure who's going to take what ball, whether it was in the serve-receive game or attacking or defensively, and neither of those were balls that just went to the floor, or those were balls that we were giving free balls to the other team, and they were ramming it right back down our throats. And so a lot of hesitation points. Those things got a little bit better as the weekend went along. When you're playing against a team that is well coached and has played, they've got 6 out of their 7 starters returning from a year ago. And so they weren't giving us those free points. And to me, looking back and watching the film, that was the difference between the 2 teams. One was just we weren't always in attack mode, and they took advantage of that.
Brian?
Lauren Gillis had a heck of a weekend, didn't she?
She did. She's every day she's getting her mojo back a little bit, and where we need it. And offensively, she was awfully good. Passing has gotten stronger as we've gone through the preseason. She was getting more confidence in that in a match environment as we were going. She's learning a new serve that was really giving people fits. she's going to be huge for us. She's a great kid. She has an awesome work ethic. People love playing with her. It's I think we're just getting started with Lauren Gillis here.
Lauren's obviously been a leader talent-wise on the team the last couple of years, her freshman and sophomore year, but without people like Ellen and Courtney and Demi, how does her role change this year as she looks around and the people around her aren't what they were the last 2 years?
And we're trying to encourage her to stop looking around. She's a junior All-American. And she's got a motor that is always running, and she's got a her thoughts and are usually the right thoughts. And so we're trying to get her to trust herself. She's extremely unselfish. I mean, she's a very competitive kid, but it's very, very important that the team is with her, and she doesn't like being out in front of everybody, and so it's a little bit out of her nature, but we're trying to encourage her to trust her instincts, to run with it, use her voice even more in the practice gym. She likes to defer a little bit in the practice gym, which is kind of surprising when you kind of see how she carries herself, but she'd rather older kids kind of do that, but there's not a whole lot of older kids on this team anymore, and so we're trying to get her to to be confident and in being able to communicate.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, Kelly.